In a previous episode, I talked about what to look for in a coach. This week, we're going to focus on being the coach. Look, there are lots of good books and courses on coaching, and I'd really suggest you look at them. Tough in 3 minutes to tell you everything you need to know about coaching, but let's try and summarize what, if you read some of those books and did some of those courses, you would learn. So we're going to talk about when to coach, a 3-step process, and then some ideas about the coaching session itself. Okay, when should you coach? I think the key thing here is don't confuse coaching with regular management and reviews. Your regular management and reviews often have advice and guidance in them. Coaching is for when someone is failing in their role or doing something that's fundamentally long-term going to hold them back, stall their career, or reduce their effectiveness as an employee. Coaching is typically used when employees are having problems with one of a few tasks. Maybe it's time management, maybe they're demonstrating a lack of confidence, maybe it's an inability to work with other colleagues. But it's something that is not specific to a task, but generally to the way they're working. Okay, you need to think about a 3-step process. Here's a really simple one. First is prepare. You really need to learn what they're doing and think through what they're doing well or badly, and be factual in what you do. Create a hypothesis for why they're doing that. So examples of things you might look for are, you don't listen well, you set unrealistic expectations, you don't put good milestones down. Whatever it is, create a hypothesis about what's affecting their effectiveness. Second, you need to discuss this with them. Now, discussing is an active process of listening and sharing. You look for causes, you build action plans. Don't talk. You have, 2 ears, 1 mouth. Make sure you use them in that proportion. And the third thing is follow-up. Create an ongoing dialogue and action plan that really can allow you to show the progression of the employee. Now, if you've never done a coaching session before, they're quite difficult. So let's talk about some of the things you might want to do if you're doing your first coaching session. First is be positive about what they're doing well. Make sure you let the employee know the things they are achieving. But talk about them being less than effective, not wrong in the other things they do. It's actually a really good technique to say, rather than say, you're screwing up, you say, let's talk about some of the things you're not doing as well. And really try and get them to understand why what they're doing limits their success in the role. As ever, use honesty, integrity, and transparency in what you do and say. Remember, you're trying to give good feedback. It's not about finding excuses not to give difficult or tough messages. But remember, be supportive, constructive, but clear on the actions. In the end, it's not about trying to do the person's job for them. It's about helping them learn to do the job better themselves.